Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and today we're in the LTTB. It's a review from a few days ago. I think it was around the 19th I did this one. It's an encounter battle and it's on South Coast. And a couple of reasons to put this on. One, it was an alright match. Nothing special score wise, but it was good fun to play, definitely. But also because it allows me to highlight, well, what I feel is quite broken about this map, and I feel that the encounter mode on South Coast is quite broken, almost as much so as the encounter mode on Highway, although well, maybe not, because the encounter mode on Highway is definitely broken, and hopefully Wargaming will address it and do something about it. But I find that with South Coast, I've been on this so many times on encounter, and it seems most of the time, not all the time, but nearly all the times that I've started in the south, we've won. And most of the times, yeah, I'd say, we're not talking, like sort of 50-50, I'd say probably about 80% of the time that I've started in the north, we've lost. And I'd say it's probably about 90% of the times that I've started in the south, we've won, generally. And it just feels that when you start in the south, you can just tear arse straight up the beach, get as many tanks as you can into the cap circle, which I don't like doing, because basically if you just cap out at the beginning without really doing anything, you're not going to get any XP or credits, and it's quite frustrating. But that's what normally happens, and they just sort of tear arse into the cap circle, and there's some good cover in there. With that building, there's like 2 alcoves in it that you can sit tanks in and sort of surround them, and the enemy just can't even get near. But anyway, enough of that. That's my little sort of point made. Personally, I think this mode is broken. If you agree with me or disagree, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, I definitely think it is. Anyway, I've just finished off a VK3601, I think it was there. Sparpanzer IC gets finished off. I'm not quite in time for that, but I can get some flanking shots into that 4502A, which is nice. But I have been spotted now, so I've got to be careful. Right, oh, something from behind me. That'll teach me for not paying attention to the map properly. Got hit in the back by an IS that's flanked around, and something's just taken a shot at me from up there. I don't know what that was, but if I can get down under his gun, I'm going to sneak round. Yeah, it took another shot at me. In fact, I don't think I've got 6th sense on this tank at this point, but I have now. I'm going to go looking for artillery. And on an encounter mode, they're normally around A9, depending if they're lazy, because they just sort of spawn near there and they don't tend to move too far, or they are up around B6 and 7, which is where artillery normally go in standard battles on this map, I've found. Oh, yep, there's the artillery, and we've got a heavy up here as well, another VK3601. Take a shot at artillery and miss. Put one into the VK3601, finish artillery off. Oh, did I hit artillery first time then? I might have done actually. And then I'm going to go back to work on the 3601H and just start auto-aiming and circling in, because I find that on the console version it's a lot harder to keep your aim on the tank. I might have to fiddle with my settings and see if I can speed up the camera rotation. I'm just going round him in circles, and he's reversing one way and turning his turret the other way, which I think is even slowing it down, which was unfortunate for him, but I managed to finish him off without too much trouble. And at the minute we're in the lead 11-9, and we've still got people in the cap circle. I think have been there since the beginning of the match. Right, we've got one of our tanks in trouble on the beach who's requesting fire. Do a little slide around the corner there. Something I do wish they'd put in this is, well, I don't know if it's a handbrake or lock tracks that you can do on the PC one. I've seen a lot of people using the ELC, using the handbrake and the well, the sort of track lock to skid it round to get the targets, you know, they sort of nip past the tank that they're going to shoot at, handbrake it round 180 so they're aiming back at it, shoot it, and then go back off the other way while they're still trying to turn the turret to shoot at where they were. But anyway, he managed to deal with that one on the beach. So down to 3 tanks, we've got 4. We've got a tank destroyer, a heavy, myself, and another light, and they've got 2 heavies and a medium. This was one of the close ones where we didn't cap. So I managed to finish off the KV-4, I think that was. Got an IS over there, can I get a shot at him? Yep, I can, at his front there. Oh, he turns. Trying to track him to keep it in place, but I'll start aiming at his hull instead. Not got much of a shot though. Now, ironically, I think this is one of the few times that we started in the south and won, and it wasn't by capping. So after I've had that little moan about this one being mostly broken at the beginning of the match, yeah, it kind of shows me up a little bit. And it happens to be, like I say, one of the few where we started in the south, won, and it wasn't by capping, I think, if I remember rightly. But anyway, we took care of that IS between us all. And now they've got 1 medium left. And now it's just a case of hunting him down before our team caps out. And I think at this point I decided to go and sit in the cap circle and thought, do you know what? Why not? Let's try and draw him out by just making the cap that little bit more, well, that little bit quicker. Put the pressure on him a bit more, and there he is. Our guys spotted him and finished him off before I could get another shot in. Well, yeah, like I say, let me know what you think in the comments, whether you think that South Coast Encounter is slightly broken. Like I say, I don't think it's as bad as Highway. I think with Highway, it's sort of 99% of the time when I've started in the north, we have lost to capping, and I'd say I don't think I've ever lost an encounter on Highway starting in the south, and it's normally because our team caps out. In fact, I'd say 90% of the time the team cap out. Anyway, not a bad round in the LTTB. Like I say, it was a good fun round. Nothing special in the scores, but I came top, which is always nice. Well, yeah, it was definitely a good fun round, and like I say, I just wanted to tell you my opinion on South Coast Encounter. Anyway, got one more coming up for you at the minute, and it's in my Tier 9 Conqueror. So here we are, it's Comarin, it's standard battle, no, it's not a standard battle, sorry, it's another encounter, and it's a Tier 9 matchup. And like I say, I'm in my British Tier 9 heavy, the Conqueror. Now, I've not got it fully upgraded yet. I still need to get the top engine, and I still need to get the top gun, that 120mm I think it is. But it's not too bad at the minute. The turret is very good. And the Conqueror is basically the hull of the Conqueror at Tier 8, and it's the turret and eventually the gun of the FV215B at Tier 10, albeit the gun I think has slightly increased soft stats on the Tier 10 version. It fires just over a round a minute quicker, and I think it's got a slightly faster aiming time, possibly, and I think it might be more accurate than the Conqueror's version. But at the minute, like I say, I've almost got it full upgraded. I've got the top tracks, got the turret, I've got the 20-pounder type B barrel still on it from the Carnarvon, but again, it has slightly improved soft stats. I think the aiming time's the same, accuracy might be the same, although it could be slightly worse, and I think rate of fire is bang on 10 actually with this turret. The hull is still not brilliant though, 51mm of armour on the side, which is awful. Absolutely awful, and it makes side scraping very difficult in this tank because there's a lot of things at Tier 9, 10, and there's a few possibly at Tier 8 that can partially overmatch your side armour, and like I say, some of the Tier 10 stuff I think could almost fully overmatch it, which means that it doesn't matter what angle it's at, it'll just go through anyway, and partially means it's got a greater chance of going through. So try and keep your hull hidden, or attack over ridge lines to keep the front angle of your hull, keep it steeper, and to try and hide that lower plate, because with this tank, as with the Carnarvon at Tier 8, anything that goes through the front of your tank seems to damage your ammo rack. It really does. It's like the whole front of the tank is made of ammo racks. But it's actually, as you're looking at the Carnarvon and the Conqueror, it's the lower part of the plate on the right hand side as you're looking at it is the most likely to damage their ammo rack. So working that ridge line a little bit, got a couple of tracking assists, got a couple of penetrations, nothing special. It's a little bit frustrating with this gun. Not too bad on the Carnarvon at tier 8. In fact, it's, you know, it's quite a decent gun, but it's still a medium tank gun. And that seems to be the curse of the British heavies. All the way up to the top gun on this one is that they seem to be equipped with medium tank guns. And there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's on the Centurion 7 possibly, or that it's Type A at least. But this doesn't have the speed. Well, the Centurion is not exactly fast, but it doesn't have the manoeuvrability to really put that DPM to good use. And take a hit in the side there from something, get a bounce off the turret. It's an AMX 5120, managed to put one back into him, but it just shaves off 230-ish damage, which I think is what the Type B barrel does. It's 226 pen and about 230 damage, something like that. But it just means that you have to really keep this out there doing the damage. Just keep firing and expose yourself to shells, which, like I say, if you can get on a slight rise or hull down with your turret angled even better, then you can do that, I suppose, really, as long as the enemy keep giving you their tanks to shoot at. 254mm on the front of the turret, it's quite a good angle on top of it, so if you can accentuate that, it's just auto bounce, and it's got a good gun mantle. Not really done much, got a little bit of assisted, so I'm going to come over this way. There's an object over there. 704. Tried to fire him on the move, but missed. And I'm just trying to get up on this ridge and use my gun depression to get down to shoot at them, but it's not quite good enough. T50-2 puts a pot shot at me. And yeah, that thing can penetrate the side of this easily. Take a while for him to whittle away my health, but if I ignored him and he carried on, it would do. KV-4 over there, can I get a shot at him? I can, put one through his turret, not quite enough to finish him off though. He manages to put one through my tracks, and I just finish him off with that hit. Like I say, good rate of fire. Put one into T50-2 and somebody else finishes him off. But you'll see I get a lot of bounces off the turret in this, and I think the only... In fact, yeah, I think the only shots that actually do me any damage are through the hull. There's a T30 up there. Ooh, that was a big hit from the T30. Something else took a shot and it bounced off me up a plate as I was coming back down that rise. So it made the angle even greater. I managed to get another one into the T30. Try and get another one into him while he's reloading. I could probably possibly get 3 into him while he reloads. Well, 3 for every one, maybe. Oh, there he is again. Put another one into him. Something else takes a shot at me. He does as well and misses. Was lingering a bit too long there. One more into him and I think I'll get another one before he reloads. And I don't know, it bounced or went into his tracks, and was that the T30 that just bounced off the front of my hull? Oh, yeah, I've got it at a good angle. No, that was the T30. Nearly kills me. Put another one through the front of his hull. It does have good penetration, this gun, I suppose. Still got to be careful. There's CDC over there. Something else shooting at. It could have been that tank destroyer in the top northeast that bounced off the front of my hull. Now where's that T30 gone? I don't want to take another hit from him. Any more hits and I am, well, I'm gonna manage to get one into his lower plate just as he pops around the corner, which is lucky. And now I've got to be cautious. We're in the lead 12-7. They could still win this though. A bit of splash damage from a big enough HE shell and I'd be a goner. In fact, yeah, ram damage, anything like that. I don't think there's anything in a position to get close enough to ram, but I've got to be very, very careful. Excuse me. I've got to be very careful about how much of this tank I expose now. I only really want to show my turret, because it's got the best chance of bouncing shots. But they're not spotted anymore, so we really need to try and get them back on radar. There's the CDC. Can't quite get a shot at him though. Like I say, got to be very cautious now. And they're down to the CDC and a heavy. I'm not sure what the heavy is though. Possibly a Tiger 2. See, I thought the CDC might be behind a wall or something there, so I thought I'd try pot shot, but nothing. Yeah, it is a Tiger 2. And it doesn't look like he can see me, but it doesn't look like I can see him either. And I think, yeah, that's me pretty much out of the fight then. And we win by destroying everything, but we were also capping at the same time as an insurance. Well, I'm going to claim it as an insurance. Probably just somebody wanting some capture points. Not a bad daily double, but I did get a couple of ops, and it really does show the sort of XP earning potential of the ops that they give you, because I didn't really do, or I didn't feel like I did a lot in that match. Nearly 2,500 damage, nearly 2,500 assisted. But those ops, well, it made my daily double just shy of 5,000. Second class master in steel wall. Blocked over 3,000 damage, and all of that was on the turret. Anything that hit my hull just went straight through. Well, apart from that one, I think, or two from the smaller tanks. But anyway, there you go, another random destruction, and hopefully we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm planning a T29 review. So as always, if you like what you've seen, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really helps out the channel. And as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.